Hello everybody, Aonghus here again from St. David's Poultry team. Just thought I'd come on and just do another quick video on current issues that people are experiencing with heat. I guess the continuous days of heat are being quite problematic on some birds and some parts. And it's very important to keep messages that we've spoken about already in terms of taking advantage of the cooler temperatures at night time, albeit the temperatures aren't as cool as we'd necessarily like them to be, but it is still significantly cooler than the daytime temperatures. So ensuring that those houses are extremely well ventilated at night time, also obviously during the day, but at night time in particular, to try and get that internal house temperature down, to try and get the relative humidity down as well. And the key also through the ventilation of the day as well, as we're going through the warmer points in the day, we're obviously ventilating to try and cool the houses down, keep the airflow over the birds, but also bringing that relative humidity down. An important thing that we haven't necessarily touched on as of yet is what's known as a heat index calculation. And that's basically taking into consideration the temperature that your sensors are telling you in the house, the relative humidity, and what that actually means in terms of how the bird actually feels. I'm just going to show you a quick, just flip my camera around here to show you what I'm talking about here. And what I'm basically talking about is, if you can forgive my crudeness, is what's known as the heat index calculation. And basically what I'm showing you there is, and you can do this yourselves at home by just a quick Google search of heat index calculator. Stick in the temperature and the relative humidity of your houses at different points of the day, and it'll give you what's known as the heat index. And I've taken two temperatures here, temperature and temperature, both the same, but the relative humidity is slightly different. So we have a relative humidity of 67% and 55%. And you can see with a 12% difference in relative humidity, we've almost 3 to 3.5 degrees more heat, or the birds are feeling hotter in those houses. So stressing the absolute importance of keeping that relative humidity in your considerations as well. So a heat index, how hot the air actually feels, or how hot that bird actually feels in the houses. And it's not just relating to temperature. Relative humidity is absolutely critical. So it is whenever we're talking about temperature in our birds. So those key messages again, keeping those birds well ventilated, cooling those houses down as much as possible in the night time, remembering what we spoke about in terms of one of the previous videos about the thermo-neutral zone, and you can afford in these warmer temperatures to bring those temperatures lower than that lowest point of those thermo-neutral zones. So, you know, broiler breeders these nights, getting the temperatures down to 18 degrees or even slightly lower will benefit those birds. Another piece for consideration as well would be around your lighting pattern. So obviously, legally, for broilers, we need to have our 6-hour dark periods, which are broken up into a 4-hour continuous block and also a 2-hour block. Given those dark periods during the day can be more beneficial to the birds during these periods of warm weather. If the lights are on, the birds are moving around, it's generating heat in the houses. So during the warmest points of the day, it can be more beneficial to have those lights out, obviously with fans going at full speed, keeping those houses as cool as possible. And then during the nighttime, allowing the birds have those continuous hours of light during the nighttime when the houses are cooler. That allows your birds to recuperate, allows the birds to eat and drink and prepare themselves for the next day of heat. Again, giving your birds some form of supplements is also quite beneficial. Spoke about that previously. So heat stress products with high levels of vitamin C, heat stress proteins in terms of betaine, and also ensuring that there's a high level of electrolytes as well. Don't ever underestimate the benefits of flushing your lines to get nice cool water into the drinker lines, and at all times ensure that the alarm systems in your houses are working and that you are around your poultry sites at all times in case anything should go wrong, and keeping an eye on those birds. Again, if you need any further information, please get in contact with your field services people, your company representatives, or contact one of your local St. David's Poultry team branches. Thank you.